Can I have your attention? Welcome to the 2012 annual meeting of the Whiteplains Plantation Homeowners Association. If you have not paid, check in with Steve at here at the desk and pay him. We've got enough folks here. I'm going to ask Bill Colo to return thanks for us.
Jim, how did you manage that?
I know.
No problem.
I think we got it fixed today.
I wondered why I wasn't getting paid very much.
Heidi, how are you?
Sorry I didn't get to come to you.
I'm thinking like
I thought it was one word.
You told me without a fork in my hand.
With what?
Without a fork in my hand. I went to see Rainwater and then here. It's exactly halfway back. Within 6 miles. Cleveland. I want you to did you run and see Rainwater? We used to have a lot of property.
Wow. I've been up there many times. This is kind of hard. They're using their personal
One of the most noticeable things that we did this year, I want everybody to thank Ken Blesser for all the work he's done on the lights, making them work properly, making them look good. It's not a soul that comes over to visit my house that don't get the handheld out and say, "What's this?" They can turn them on for them. Micah cleared some trees on the west end and working on some more. The east end, we did spray for weed control and tree control. We cut the berm out from up on the west end and redistributed a lot of that dirt along the runway where we were having some erosion. We removed the fence from the overrun area, kind of opened that space up. The thing that I will remember probably forever is the hydro-seeding project, where I decided to volunteer, come out and help the guy do the hydro-seeding. And a few months later, I got the MRI, and they said, "Oh, well, you blew out your Achilles tendon." And several months after that, I was back on my feet again. So that's something I'll never do. We mulched all the entrances. We did do some sealing of the cracks in the runway. Fertilized, limed, and aerated the acreage we had between the runway and the taxiway and the overrun area. We did some asphalt repairs where we had some breakthrough on the phase 2 entrance. We did have a little bit of an issue with the mower, and thanks to Dennis for taking it over there, we had to replace the seat belt, the electric clutch, and the switch, but it seems to be working fine now. We have secured a water source for the phase 2 entrance. Now all we have to do is get the sprinkler system working again. We addressed the drainage issue we had on the south side of the runway about midfield. And we did do some repairs on the phase 1 entrance where we had a wayward truck trying to come through there, and got a claim filed on that. They paid for it. We got that fixed. So those are just a list of things that we did this year. A lot of other things. A lot of people volunteered to do a lot of stuff around here. One thing that I do want to point out, last year Mike was here for the annual meeting, but I don't think Tony or Leanne were here. Scribner, they were not here at the attendance. And our newest member of the neighborhood, Susan Fender, and her husband James, who's not sitting yet.
Well, first I'd just like to say thank you to everybody for making me and my boys feel so welcome. And I tease my husband James all the time, "Oh, we're out here, nanny boo-boo," and he's going crazy. He cannot wait to get out here. And anyway, thank y'all very much. And we're going to plan a welcome home party for possibly, hopefully, on February the 4th. That'll be a Saturday. If everything goes well and works like it's supposed to in the military, for any of you that know anything about the military, hurry up and wait forever. But word is that they're hoping to be in Shelby, Mississippi by the 21st or the 22nd. And then there's a 5-day stint there before he gets on that bus and he is moved to Spartanburg, where he's with the 228th out of Spartanburg, and then he'll be home. But we're hoping that by February the 4th, he'll be here, and you all, when he gets here, you all will know him because he will make himself known. He is very excited about getting here. But I would like for all of you to come and meet him. Y'all are going to love him. He's going to love y'all. But anyway, thank y'all.
I also want to thank 3 folks that are actually rolling off the board. Terry is rolling off the board, Dennis is rolling off the board, and Micah, who's not here tonight. And they've all been on the board for any number of years. They're going to enjoy their retirement and the healthy pension that they get from this process. Service. I do want to give a special thanks to some folks tonight. Gwen and Rich Mochek, who are currently down in Barbados, probably enjoying some weather. It's a little bit warmer even than the nice day we had today. Mike Moore, Steve Sanderson, and Rob Bridgers. When I blew out my tendon right before the growing season of the grass in our yard, these folks volunteered to take turns and do a rotation and kept the yard going. And that just is a testament to the type of neighborhood we live in. Everybody just pulls together and does that. And I felt bad briefly while I was watching these out there in my yard. And I just got to schedule another surgery for this. We're going to have a treasurer's report. Terry?
Thank you. I have 15 copies of the reports if anybody wants one. You can get it right here. If you want a copy, do I need that?
Do I need this? We'll give me 12. Anyway, I've produced a standard profit and loss and a balance sheet. I'll go down the numbers very quickly. Our net income for the year
You'll notice the dates at the top, December the 15th through December the 15th, because we publish our invoices around the 20th of the month, and I don't want to include next year's income and this year's statement. So we run 15 to 15 on December. We had a little bit of finance income, some interest income. If anybody knows where to put our CDs, we're getting a great big old about 0.58% right now. I think we got one that's doing about 0.9%, and that's offshore. But we did have about $1,000 worth of income. We got money all over the place. We got some offshore, we got some in New York, Los Angeles, Las Vegas. It's real easy to invest online. Anyway, we took in $37,191.82. That's our gross profit. And if you want to go down the expenses, we'll go down the expenses, but we did have some extraordinary expenses. As was alluded to earlier, we did some things this year that we needed to get done, so we just did it. So we had a little bit larger expense than we had budgeted, but we still stayed under our gross income. We had a net income of $2,458. And we don't owe anybody any money. All of our bills are paid. We own the land down here at the end of the runway. We own the mower equipment. And all of our taxes are paid. We're current.
Late fees.
We had some late fees this year, about $300, I think it was, $300 worth of late fees from previous years. So we're in good shape. But we figured out a way, probably we're not going to have to pay taxes much anymore, because we can write off some more of our expenses that we weren't writing off, perhaps. We're not sure yet. We're going to try not to pay any taxes. They're still pretty reasonable. A couple $100 for the state, a couple $100 for the state. Any questions on income or expenses?
Question, can we put any additional funds or anything?
Get into that right now.
Into the CDs.
Get into that right now. The next is the statement of assets and liabilities. Basically, it's what we have and what we don't have. You always balance your asset and liabilities. So if we have an asset that's not balanced, it goes into owner's equity. So we owe you the money. Right? Anyway, we currently have closed business on the 15th. We had $12,196.70 in checking accounts. We are still booking in the mower at $7,844. We haven't depreciated any. We could probably afford to depreciate that some if we wanted to. We also have the land that we bought at the end of the runway, and we priced it at exactly what we paid for it, although we paid less than what it's worth. And it's worth a good bit more now. We have money in CDs, approximately $78,243 plus or minus $15, since we haven't posted any interest in the last few days. So we have a total assets of $108,783.76. And as of Tuesday of last week, we transferred $10,000 out of the cash account into the CDs, so we actually have $88,000 CDs right now. Okay? Any questions? All the receipt fees are current. Everybody's current from last year. We're at about 50% collection for this year. And we will carry the open invoices this month. Next month we start charging interest. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Terry. Appreciate it.
I want to say something. I don't know how long Terry's done this, but he's turning these books over this year to Steve. And I just wanted to say in front of everybody, thank you for all the work you've done. Guys, when you're doing the billing, the collecting, just all of the amount of time and effort he's done, it is an amazing amount of work. And Terry, we thank you for that.
Jim, would you like to give us a report from the Pilots Association?
Pilots Association is camaraderie, which we've been out here 12 years and we've skinned up a few airplanes, but so we have a pretty safe record overall. And we haven't had as many pilots meetings in the last year as we normally do, but we will do better next year. And we'll have one prior to May. Where's Steve? Steve, when's our breakfast club?
May 6th.
May 6th. So we'll have another pilots meeting and get all our help together. And Willem has volunteered to do the cooking. Of course, he'll be requesting help from various ones. But the Pilot Association is alive and well. And I just want to thank all these guys on the board. Since Niel and I have been here the longest, and most of them, they've all done a tremendous job. Everyone has. And I just want to thank them all. Even though Dennis is aggravating sometimes. That's all. Wait a minute. I was going to ask Ray, something came up, and I hope it's all right with the board. Give us 3 minutes of the other end, since that's most important to us.
I've been trying to, I need a couple of drinks, not that. I've been talking with Mr. Kiesler and his son down on the west end. Since we got these trees on the front end up here, we got them from that lady. Then we tried to move on back, and he was non-negotiating and non-verbal, and finally I got him talking to us again. And so I was down here the other day, and we actually walked through the area and stepped it off, and told him what we'd like to have, and we'd like to clear cut these trees, and it's going to be about a 200-foot swipe in there, you know. It'll probably be about 100 foot deep, and I don't know whether it's the width of the common area is what it is, so we stepped that off. So it's going to make a good area there, and hopefully make a good approach. I don't have a yes yet. It is negotiable, but they are talking to us, so I think that's a good thing.
Yes.
If we can get that, that'll open up 9, and 9, in my opinion, now is not safe. But if we can get that extension, that'll be great. So, thank you, Ray.
Yes, sir.
Thanks, Ray. All right. May come as no great big surprise about the election results. We had 3 people roll off. We had 3 people volunteer, and surprise, surprise, we had 3 people elected. Welcoming to the board is Niel, Bonacum, Dennis Ramsey, and Rainwater, our photographer.
He's not volunteering.
I think you were volunteering.
I can tell you guys now, spend the money before he's elected, because he's not going to allow it.
Speaking of spending the money, Steve Sanderson thankfully has agreed to ride herd over our funds, keeping funds coming in and what little we can afford to go out. So thank you, Steve. We have published the 2012 budget that was previously mailed to all residents. I have a copy if anybody needs to be refreshed on that. Do I have a motion for that to be approved?
I'd like to make a motion.
We have a motion for approval. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, no. It passes. Thank you. Let's see. Anything for the good of the order? I think, Mike, you wanted to say something about your soup thing?
Oh. Well, I sent out an announcement. I sent out the announcement. This coming Saturday, I'm going to have our soup cook-off, or soup social, we want to call it, for fun. And we look forward to having everybody there. If you have an RSVP, that's okay. Just feel free to come on, and we'll look forward to a good time.
Thanks, Mark. I think that ought to be fun. Anything else for the good of the order? All right. Well, thank you, everybody, for coming. We're going to adjourn, but we're not going to leave. We're going to adjourn. We're going to move this row of tables. We're going to set up a row of chairs, and we have our photographer, Phil, around here. He's going to take us another picture like we've had on our calendar before. So if this whole group gets up and we strike these tables and line up the chairs and then listen to Phil for further instructions. Thank you so much for coming.
Say IFR. Hey, Whiteplains.
Hey, Whiteplains.